Okay. Let me just turn the music off for the welcome screen. Hello, everyone in attendance and watching in the future. Special hello to Rusty XL who joined in while we were on the welcome screen. Hello. Good to see you. So, as you can see, I'm not in the game yet because I have some things to talk about that I think some of my uh more committed train enthusiast friends might be very interested in listening to, especially if they play this game. First and foremost, at the time of recording, we have the Steam Train Fest right here. We're at the tail end of it because this stream is happening on July 26th, and the game is the sale is going on until July 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So we're currently having a. I say we as if I'm involved with the game. They're currently having a stream. Well done, Trade. I'm fucking up all over the place. They're having a Steam sale where the game is at 25% off at $29.99. So I think that's a great deal, especially given all the content that you're getting in this game. Case in point, they are making new content because Build 100, their 100th build of this game, which has been in, I believe it's pretty much been in early development for a while now. It's currently in development. The game has been in development for exactly 10 years. It's in great shape nowadays, yet their 100th build is going to be the biggest update by far. This right here is just like a slim sliver of what we're going to be getting moving forward. But as you can see right here, first and foremost, we are getting the WE6-960 electric locomotive, aka the diesel that gets its power from the power lines above through that little I don't want to call it a claw because I feel like a claw would be inaccurate to call it. I guess a hook would probably be better. Let's call it a hook for now. This is a proper electric locomotive, the first one in the game that's going to be powered by an overhead line. It's a large late game dual cab locomotive. So we've got basically a cab in the front and a cab in the back, and we're going to be getting it. Basically, if you start your game, this is a late game sort of engine. Probably going to have a license for it, and the license is probably going to be super expensive. So be ready for that. Rated for 2,000 tons of freight haul, it will pair excellent visibility with immense power. The main caveat, though, it is constrained to overhead lines, which I'm sure, as you can see, while they are probably going to go out of their way to build these power lines, there's probably not going to be, they're probably not going to be everywhere. So you can't rely on this diesel for everything. You have to plan your route accordingly, and you have to know where the hell the power line is. 1 second, I'm being interrupted.
Intermission time.
And I am back. Apologies for that. I see QD's in the chat. He did the intermission time. Play the other sound now. I'll wait. Patiently. No pressure.
And now back to the show.
There you go. Anywho, joking aside, first of all, welcome. First of all, welcome to the chat, QD. Had to get that in once. We're not in the game, though, technically. Like I was saying, QD, they're working on their 100th build of this game, and we're getting a new electric locomotive. But as I was saying, it's powered by overhead lines, so we have to plan our route accordingly and make sure that we know where the power lines are in this game. So, look at that cab. Look at that nice interior. That looks really nice. I hope that's the handbrake. I really hope that's a handbrake. Because it helps to have everything up front rather than turning around and doing all that. So, the new WE powertrain, short for wire electric, is an intricate simulation of the 3 kVdc electrification system, which they chose for the most interesting gameplay. In true Derail Valley manner, it has a perfect balance of realism and fun. Yes, thank you. Driving electrics will keep you busy, carefully managing temperatures of both the traction motors and the rheostat, while needing to balance rheostat bypass positions, field weakening, voltage drops. Basically, we're having a whole new. Because this thing works on a different level, now we have a whole new level of gameplay to work with. This is a whole new system to work with. This isn't just here's a new train, it works the same as the others. No, because this thing works with overhead power lines, now we got to figure out how to do this. I'm all for that. You know, it's funny because last game we saved the last scrap engine, and I'm just like, well, we might be getting to the end of Derail Valley now. No, this train will add something new to the equation, so I like that. We also have to deal with field weakening, voltage drops, substation transitions, and other quirks unique to this powertrain type. I like that. Is it going to be a pain in the ass? Probably. But still. If these terms don't sound familiar, don't worry. The electric locomotive will be quite easy to pick up. Thank you. Despite being different from diesel and steam. Mastering it with extremely heavy loads, however, is where your skill and knowledge will be put to the test. Overhead. Oh, I just realized what that picture is. Oh no. You can fuck up the power lines. Oh shit. Overhead line equipment will be prone to damage, and to make it operational again, you'll need to pay to fix it. You also need to pay for used electricity, which will be charged per substation through fees. Regenerative braking can help lower electricity consumption. Finally, not all of the railway network will be electrified. Think only some main lines. We'll discuss this more in future posts. Nice. We also get tech upgrades like new graphics, new VR, and more. We won't have to worry about VR because I've not really delved into VR just yet. I don't know if I ever will. But, if I can find an inexpensive option from a company that isn't a sack of shit, then, maybe VR in the future. Maybe. I don't know. Excuse me a minute. I'm going to get some gum. Technical revamps, while not particularly exciting, are a huge part of the work done to B100 so far. They are also the reason for the slow start. We started work on B100 well over a year ago, and it took most of that time to port the game from Unity 2019 to Unity 6 Plus. A lot of our current graphic solutions had to be completely revamped to accomplish the porting, and some of the work is still ongoing. Truthfully, I haven't really seen any. Oh, wait, duh. There's all the glitches all throughout the map of textures just either quitting or just doing sharp drops, all that stuff. So maybe a port to a new system would be a good idea. Rheostat, noun, a variable electrical resistor created by using one terminal and the wiper. Created by using one terminal and the wiper. Sure, I'm just gonna believe that makes sense. The upgrade primarily unlocks of a potentiometer. Potentiometer? What are we measuring potential? All right. Anyway, back to reading. Let's see. Necessary to develop some of the upcoming performance-heavy features. Ooh, upcoming performance-heavy features. Interesting. And it also helps us further improve graphics and workflows over time. Our goal with Derail Valley has always been for it to be the best train simulator in the world long term. So with these upgrades, we're notably extending its lifetime. Hey, I'm all for that. One of the reasons we're switching to a newer Unity engine version now and not sooner. What, are people complaining that you didn't switch yesterday? yes, that's actually exactly what they're complaining about, trademark keep up, is that it necessitated a complete revamp of the entire VR implementation as well. Also, many months in the works, the new VR system is now mostly done and is aimed to bring support for more headsets, better control handling, new features such as finger tracking, and being able to grab and climb onto things. On top of that, there are numerous more improvements and rewrites throughout the game's code. Under the hood, that this is essentially the 5th iteration of Derail Valley in the making. Nice. Truth be told, I said VR might be a distant possibility. I'm kind of tempted now with Derail Valley in VR. I think that'd be kind of cool. We'll see about that in the future. Probably not the near future, but here's a feature that caught my eye. This is fascinating. We're getting a railway crane. Wow, well done, trade. Winches and re-railers. So yeah, we're getting what is essentially the breakdown train. We're getting cranes and shit to actually put shit back on the rails, as opposed to pointing at the train with your radio and just re-railing it. Now you can actually do a more hands-on re-railing. We're getting physical. For minor derailments, you'll need to tow affected vehicles onto a pair of re-railers to guide them back onto tracks. Sometimes to accomplish this, you'll need to use a winch gadget or a few. For really big accidents, however, you'll need to bring out the massive new railway crane. This will be a heavy self-propelled vehicle, so you don't need a train for this. This is an actual vehicle that you can use, where you'll manually operate the boom, hoist, counterweight, hooks, outriggers, and more in order to lift derailed vehicles and gently lower them back onto the tracks. While the crane operation is complex, you'll be properly instructed on how to do it. The crane will have a low maximum speed, making it inconvenient to tow around everywhere you go. You'll only want to use it when necessary. Overall, with the winches, re-railers, and railway cranes, you can expect a lot of fun with physics, trying to figure out the most efficient ways to clean up your disasters, depending on severity and the environment. And of course, in case you prefer the simple old re-rail comms radio function instead, it will still exist in the easy difficulty settings. We got cranes to fix the trains backflipping off the rails. Let's see. Road traffic, pedestrians, and wildlife. We're actually getting population in the world moving forward. We've had sound effects of people and cars and animals. Now we're actually going to see shit in the world. Now we're actually going to see people and cars and birds and wildlife. There's actually going to be shit in this admittedly very empty world. That's cool. Improving the late game experience. One of the primary goals with B100 is to notably improve the mid to late gameplay, especially removing repetitiveness for players with 100 plus hours of gameplay. To achieve that, we've set a few core principles. All rail vehicles need to be permanent and finite. Where you leave them is where they'll stay. While sounding simple, this brings numerous gameplay and technical challenges. All locations and delivery orders need to be driven by a reactive, dynamic supply and demand ecosystem affected by your actions or lack thereof, depending on your difficulty settings. These and many more features to be discussed in the future need to be tied into an experience that's still immersive, non-intrusive, and not overwhelming to players, just like the game is currently. So basically, from what I'm reading, and do forgive me if I misinterpret this, this is not the company saying this, this is me saying this. What I interpret from all this is that there are going to be settings in the future to make the game even more realistic and to make things more finite, have more consequences. So you can't go digging around like I do sometimes, where I'm not paying attention and I do backflips and I go off the rails and there's fiery explosions. You got to be more careful. While that is part of the game, you have to actually pay attention, because there's going to be features somewhere down the line that there are actually going to be people that are depending on you in this virtual world. So that's my interpretation. Forgive me if I'm wrong. On the design side, this necessitated some supporting solutions, such as an additional type of interface to intuitively bind everything together. as well as fully reimagined tutorial system. Cool. On the technical side, there's a ton of work on deeply intertwined core systems, and just setting up the architecture for it all is going to take a lot of time. While this work is not exactly presentable currently, we are happy to report that we're done with the design phase and development is underway. Sharing specifics right now would be risky, as it may turn out that we need to make some significant changes during development, but we think more concrete results will be ready to reveal by next summer. See, I like that. That's how you do news for this sort of thing. It's just like, we're working on something. Here's some basic information. We can't reveal everything because shit might change down the line, but here's just enough information for you to get a grasp on what we're doing. I like that. World updating and the North America DLC. I did not read this part. Let's take a look at this. A big part of the ongoing technical upgrades is also revamping our world tech and editing tools, now heavily underway. This is done in order to upgrade the railways with many new features. Double tracks, catenary? Double tracks, though. That's a mute. I assume what they mean by double tracks is that there's actually going to be, 2 tracks on the line instead of just the singular one that you go back and forward on. I don't know what a catenary is. I want to actually see what that is. Give me a minute. It's a natural U-shaped curve that is a flexible chain, rope, or cable assumes when it's supported only by its ends and pulled down by gravity. Huh. I guess that must be like an accent or something that they're putting onto like stations and whatnot. Okay, so the future North America DLC. For better efficiency, we'll develop both maps simultaneously. The base game's Southeast Europe map. Oh, we're in Southeast Europe for the Derail Valley. Interesting. This place will have more developed tracks, additional industries, towns, and villages. Oh, they're adding shit to the game. Ding dong. While the North America DLC will match all that, but set in a different biome with a different layout of tracks and locations. Okay, so the North America DLC is not going to be an exact copy, but it's going to match what Derail Valley is currently doing. Both maps will stay the same size as currently, but vastly better utilized, with more locations and a gameplay loop that will incentivize taking more diverse routes. Thank you! I'm actually getting a little bit tired of taking the same route back and forth for specific things, like the upgrades from the machine factory and whatnot. So if you're going to add more routes, that's going to be great. This should be clearer when we reveal the new cargo ecosystem and track maintenance dynamics in the future. Ooh, cargo ecosystem and track maintenance. We're actually going to be repairing the tracks. That's cool. There will be a slight difference in playstyles between the maps too. For example, North America will favor longer straight mainline sections. That makes sense, considering how we Americans are. Combined, B100's new features and content are aimed to provide 200 plus hours of new experience for existing players for free. That's good. The DLC will come optional. On top of that, if you wish to spice up your game with a whole new theme and further support our team. I will tell you right now, so long as you're doing what you're doing and you don't fuck it up, which despite my complaints about little things like shit being in sightings that I don't want them to be there, you all have done a fantastic job making this game. Like, as long as you keep making this game fun, I will definitely support you. The North America DLC sounds fun. It may be just me, but I'm a little disappointed there's NPCs now. I love the old Gmod, love the old Gmod liminal atmosphere before. I can kind of see that, but at the same time, I'm kind of excited to see this game kind of, adding stuff and kind of improving over time. Like, I want to see this game kind of expand. Like, yeah, the kind of Gmod liminal space thing was fun, but that was... sorry, I'm breaking my words here. I feel like actually adding people and things was planned. and they just couldn't do it right away because there was so much to do. So, let's see, what else do we got? Some work has been done on the DLC already. Whoops, I skipped a bit. The DLC will contain a whole new map and 6 fictional US-inspired locomotives. Fictional US-inspired, eh? Oh yeah, everything looks awesome for the game's growth. Oh yeah. While each map will play as a separate career/session, we aim to make DLC locomotive types compatible with all maps so you can mix them depending on your session settings. Yes. And we're getting new engines. We're getting new locomotives. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I want it. Some work has been done on the DLC already with all the road vehicle designs and models complete, which we have seen right here. And honestly, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. These are pretty much all the vehicles. Like they're sitting here for a demonstration. Let's see. Some of the locomotives being in progress, and the overall vision of the map layout and environment system well defined. Our entire team has also traveled to the US for inspiration earlier this year, which has been an amazing experience. Early access, how much more? Derail Valley has been in early access for a while, and we want to address this, especially for the new players who may be concerned. For many years now, with our every major release, we ensure that the game is wrapped up as a whole, while functioning and complete experience. Fully functioning and complete experience, my bad. If bugs or performance issues slip, we're quick to fix them in subsequent smaller updates. So since 2020, Derail Valley hasn't been fully unfinished in the sense that the word early may imply. Rather, we kept the label because we didn't want people to think we're done working. On the contrary, we've been working on Derail Valley full-time for 10 years without a break and plan to continue at it in such capacity until our full roadmap vision is fulfilled and then some. Thank you. That's actually a really good strategy. Is just like, yeah, you're done with the base stuff, but you're not done with the full game. And you want to address that and make sure people know, hey, we're still in early builds, but this game is fully functional enough for you to play it. That's good. B100 will add a large chunk of what's on our list, but not all just yet. 2 notable features await in 2028 or later: passenger transport and non-player driven trains. Don't know about, well, I guess if you're doing double tracks, non-player driven trains would be fun purely for aesthetic. It would kind of be nice to feel that the world is more populated, but also, yay, passenger transport. Yay. Once those are in, the early access label is likely to be removed. Also, we have an update for the soundtrack, which is available for purchase for $9.99. Let's see. They've released the remastered version of it in June on their 10th anniversary. Now at 47 minutes long, almost double the previous length, the album is a coherent blend of post-rock, ambient electronic, and string orchestra styles, with all the tracks reimagined in higher quality, expanded, and with some new ones added. Album is available for free on YouTube, but you can also purchase it here on Steam if you wish to support our team. I will most definitely do that. I kind of want to. I definitely want to purchase that. I'll listen to it on YouTube, and then I will purchase it off of Steam. 5,000 of you have bought the album so far. Thank you for your support. I will join those ranks soon. B100, all soundtrack music will be available in-game too. On that note, if you're making video content featuring Derail Valley, know that you are allowed to use our album music with just crediting alt feature in the description. You know what? I might do that. I might change up the welcome screen, and I might feature Derail Valley music, so long as I credit the actual person. Hell, I might make a new welcome screen just for Derail Valley. Wish Valve had this level of communication with their community instead of making one update blog post and hibernating for over a year. Yeah, this one is a lot more like cohesive and informative, but at the same time, they're holding back on some information that they cannot verify just yet. It's the right blend of informative and wait and see. All right, time to wrap up. All in all, the development of our biggest update to date is progressing well and according to plan. This first post is... Yes, they deserve all of the applause for actually being informative. Let's see. We expect more of the visible parts of the complex systems to become presentable. The next progress update post is tentatively planned for January of next year with a bi-yearly cadence. Eventually, as we get closer to the end of 2027... Is that a typo? You can also expect a series of many in-depth videos going over all the new features with the new Era title announcement. Ooh, Era title. Like we've done before with Overhauled and Simulator releases. You probably have many questions about B100. Feel free to ask in this post thread, and we'll reply with what we can. Do note, however, that for some things, it may be too soon to answer. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and support, and we'll see you early next year for the next progress update. Your Derail Valley team. So, I must say, thank you, Derail Valley team, for being very informative and actually releasing this information, what little you were allowed to. I look forward to the DLC. I look forward to the new vehicles. I look forward to the road traffic and all that. I look forward to the new diesel, and I look forward to listening to the soundtrack. I look forward to that very much. Oh, well, with that out of the way, this is going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be good. Like, again, I was so... In the back of my mind, I was like, well, Derail Valley's coming to an end. I've done everything I can. No, I'm glad to see that more is being added, especially for all the hardcore train lovers. Like, the hardcore train lovers are going to love this. They're going to love that the game is getting more stuff added in. It's going to be more realistic. People are going to have fun with this. I can feel it. All right. Now, with the news done, it is time to actually get to work on Derail Valley. Let me just shut off Steam real quick. There we go. Both new content and quality of life improvements. Amazing to see. Yeah, that is always great to hear. Okay.
And now back to the show.
Took you long enough. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So, for those who missed it last time, the last time we were here... Actually, let me see that the game audio is coming through. Good. We rescued the D4, and we had enough money to basically repair everything. Now we need money for paint. So, we're gonna go get that paint now. Let's go make some money. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they're going to be adding moving forward. That's going to be great. Alright, we are here. Also, for those who missed it, we have repainted and named this train Haulin' Herman. Because this little thing can haul a lot. This little thing is a beast. In fact, this little guy hauled the parts for this big guy. I like him. I think he's great. I'm going to probably put a googly eye right there, right next to his headlamp. Okay. Let's see about the kind of jobs. Love the maroon? Yeah, it's a real good maroon. I probably should eventually repaint this caboose as well. Once I get the paint for it. Oh yeah. Also, look at this. I'm actually very proud of this train because I was actually able to drive this thing without much difficulty. Unlike this little shit. Surprisingly, the bigger engine gives me less difficulty than this little thing. Anywho. Someday I'll actually drive you. That day might be today. You know what? I might actually do it. I might actually drive that engine today. Because it seems like a waste to just have it sitting in the shed all day. You've hurt Mary's feelings. Apologize. I'll apologize when she actually, functions. When she actually allows me to do my job rather than just cough and splutter. In actuality, there's probably something I'm doing wrong. Kinda curious. Do you collect model trains? Amazingly, no. Though, as you can see, back in the day, I used to collect Thomas stuff. believe I still have those up in the attic. But they were wood, not like model trains. Though someday I would love to do that. Actually, when I was in Australia with my beloved Stormspark, I went to... There was a model shop close by that had model trains, and I was fascinated by them. Especially because they're selling, like, you have your standard gauges, your regular, like, big old trains that are super fucking expensive. And then there's, like, a smaller kind of model train that you can collect. I don't remember the specifics, but they are much cheaper to collect. Much cheaper. And I liked talking to the guy behind the counter because, he understood me when I was talking about, like, oh yeah, I like diesels, but I like steam engines more because they're part of a romantic vibe. You know, it's kind of how do I put it? Yeah, I still have my Thomas set packed away somewhere. I collected those sets like crazy as a kid. Yeah, I would love to start collecting model trains, but I need to get moved over to Australia, and I need to have a dedicated space for it all, which is going to be difficult because I have so much other crap that I collect. Like, don't ask me about my Transformers collection. Don't. Anyway. Let's see here. Shunting. 2 drop-offs. Nope. Forgot the button. Somewhere next to the Transformers and the Warhammer 40k. Yeah. I just can't help it. I'm a crow. I collect shit. To my own detriment, I collect all of the shit. Because, ooh, it looks cool. This will be a good one for the DH3 or the DM3, whatever it's called. Nice symbol. I thought dung beetles collected all the shit. Har har, very funny. Right. So, sawmill. That is SW. So I need to point myself in this direction. See, like, hearing a baby cry and then not seeing the baby, that is horrifying. Do you have the Thomas Boulder Mountain set? I do not. Boulder fucking freaked me out as a kid. Because, like, that thing is terrifying. I know it's just a round rock. Like, an unrealistically round rock. But the fact that they gave it a face, and that in the first draft, they wanted it to be, like, they have a fucking backstory for this shit. Like, it's, like, connected to, like, the indigenous people of old back in the day. And I think there's, like, demons and dark magic and shit going on. Like, that boulder was actually alive. It wanted to kill engines. Like, it chanted, engines, engines, I want engines. Like, that thing was a fucking live. It was terrifying. It was weird. And I'm glad that they toned down the whole, like, it's alive thing. It could be subjective about it. Okay, I didn't expect Thomas to have a FNAF level lore about a flippin' boulder. Right? Season 5 was weird. Season 5 was really fucking weird. Alright. Alright. Let me check the tracks. As I thought, we'll need to go backwards. But yeah, Season 5. What a weird fucking series, man. Alright. Electrics. There we go. Now I can see shit. Starter. Why does the brake pipe go? Oh, right. Where? Where? Huh? Oh, duh. I'm stupid. There we go. But yeah, go look up that shit. Like, I'm not joking about any of that crap. Fuel cutoff, sandbar. We're moving. Why are we moving? Brake. Where's the brake? That was terrifying. Alright. So this is the train brake. This is the individual brake. This is the engine brake, which I find weird. Starter. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Reverser. Throttle. There we go. I mean, it's impressive to have a rock of all things give you nightmare fuel. No, you want to know the thing that gave me nightmare fuel in Thomas? I've talked about him before, but he deserves talking about. Fucking Diesel 10. I literally had nightmares of that fucker. To be fair, to a kid, that guy's terrifying. Oh, Boulder Mountain. Stonehenge. The guy from the movie? Yeah, that guy. I know it's funny saying, oh, that engine gave me nightmares. But, like, you gotta understand, like, typically on Thomas, everything's all quiet and hunky-dory unless there's a crash. When that fucking diesel with its giant-ass claw came in, cackling up a storm and wanting to murder people, you can see why I had nightmares of him. Because, like, that is quite the fucking tonal whiplash. I literally had dreams of that thing coming down the track and then leaping off the track and still coming to get me. I had multiple nightmares of that. That thing evolved. Thomas was never the same after that? Yeah. Never was, really. Can't sleep, train will eat me. Can't sleep, train will eat me. I mean, yeah, that was kind of it. For the longest time. I literally thought that diesel was coming to get me with that giant claw. And the weirdest thing is, he never spoke. He never spoke in my dreams. He was the silent assassin. Okay. Trying to scare me. I'm glad that for a split second I saw the look out, it's right there. God, if that diesel came up making that noise, that would haunt me for the rest of my days. Which is funny because they have actually made a Five Nights at Thomas. Jesus, I was fixing my monitor when that played. But yeah, no. Someone actually went out of their way to make multiple FNAF-inspired Thomas games. I don't know why. It was the fad at the time. Oh, there's a kid-friendly franchise? Here, let's make a FNAF game out of it. Wasn't there a Slender Man Thomas game too? I don't know if there was a Slender Man Thomas game, but I wouldn't doubt it. Like with Spider... Oh, you're thinking Choo Choo Charles. Yeah. Well... Yeah, Choo Choo Charles. Because they did actually copy Slender in that game. Just a little bit. Let's see. I don't necessarily hate that game, but I think the hype for it has severely died. Because, I appreciate the ambition, but, amazingly, it's not my thing. More power to the fans of it, but not my cup of tea. There we go. I think we got some juice in the engine now. But also another thing, I want to make it clear, and this is something I've said before. I appreciate that movie for what it was. It was silly, it was weird, it kind of flew in the face of everything that the original books the show was based on was meant to do. But, you know. And I'm honestly looking forward to what the reboot is going to bring. Because, yeah, I'm a man who's over 30 years old. I'll still watch Thomas the Tank Engine because, you know, fuck you. Fuck you, I like the show. And it was a travesty that it got Teen Titans Go'd. There's a reboot? Oh yeah, there's a reboot. After the travesty that was All Engines Go, the franchise was kind of on hiatus for a bit, but now they're coming out with some new stuff. Go look it up. It looks like they're going back to basics, you know, actually having more realistic designs as opposed to the cartoony aesthetic of All Engines Go. So that's going to be fun. Some of the designs are a little but, you know, can't all be winners. I'm still looking forward to it. I hope that it's one of those kid shows that respects the child's intelligence. Because that's not what All Engines Go was. All Engines Go was just Teen Titans Go, but with trains. That's all it was. That's cool. I honestly miss the table set look it had back then, where only the guys moved. Yeah, I miss the old model train era. I miss that era so much, but I understand why they couldn't do it anymore, why it was not economically sound. Because in the end, they had to they had to build and maintain everything back then. They had to make sure that everything was running at peak efficiency. They had to make sure everything looked good. Hell, even in some of the final results, some of the episodes that actually aired on television and you can find on VHS and DVD, you can still find goof-ups. Like, some of the engines don't have their rails on the track, some of the engine's eyes are kind of wonky, some of the faceplates aren't on right, but, you know, they were working with what they got. They could only do so much. So I understand why they eventually transitioned to CG, loath that I am to admit it. It was art. Looks so pleasant and something you could easily recreate with the toys. I agree. And people have done it. People have recreated stuff with the toys and made their own stories. But at the same time, they can also do stuff with CGI, like, you know, with Train Simulator or Trains with a Z and stuff like that. So, and plus with CGI, sometimes things are a little easier to control, whereas sometimes with models, well, I guess both have an equal amount of issues, considering, you know, rendering and programming and all that stuff, but, you know. And, you know, by the end of the show, there was, like, so many goddamn engines, so many characters, so many. And they had to, you know, I can't see them building all of the characters that they eventually had. Like, so many. It got so bad that they eventually had to phase out some of the classic characters to make room for the newer characters. Which, don't get me wrong, I don't like that, but I understand why they did it. Unfortunately, that's just an eventuality that came with the show. Again, though, I'm kind of glad that the reboot appears to be scaling back. Like, they have plenty of characters from what I've seen already. Like, you've got the core cast, you've got Rosie, you've got Diesel, you've got Harold the Helicopter, and I'm sure some others that I've missed. Have you ever seen Theodore Tugboat? Yeah, I did. I did indeed. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember enjoying it. I think I have a couple of their toys up in the attic as well, where you turn the hats and it turns the eyes. To reduce the full throttle. It was such a pleasant show, really relaxing. That perfectly captured old school Thomas. Yeah, I can kind of remember that. I don't remember any high stakes stuff happening in Theodore Tugboat. That's really what we need more of nowadays. We need more chill shows. Chill shows that also teach lessons, but not in a in-your-face kind of way. We need chill shows. That's why Bluey was such a hit, and is still a hit. That's why people love the shit out of Bluey, because it's so chill, and parents can put it on and not be pestered. And also, you know, kids are learning stuff, and not just, you know, what color is this train? No, they're actually learning, you know, family dynamics, and, well, maybe not family dynamics, that sounds bad. More like how to communicate efficiently, or effectively. Very chill, lots of friendship lessons in there. Yeah. Kind of what My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was before a lot more action stuff got involved. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm a brony, can you tell? I enjoyed that show. And... crap. I got distracted talking about stuff. Oh. Oh, that fucked something up. Not to mention Bluey's not grating to the adults in the room. There's plenty of humor for them. Agreed. Bluey is such a breath of fresh air, honestly. It reminds me so much of Charlie and Lola. Now that's one I've not heard. But yeah, going back to Friendship is Magic, I enjoyed the original premise of, like, teaching friendship lessons, like how to be a good friend and all that stuff. But, you know, when it got its stride with popularity, a lot of action stuff happened. Which, you know, I'm not opposed to, but sometimes it kind of got the original premise kind of got lost in the sauce sometimes. Alright. Or even worse, if the original premise wasn't lost in the sauce, a lot of characters would kind of forget what they learned. Which a lot of people in the fandom didn't like so much that they made an actual episode of it. They made an actual episode about it, where basically the main characters were like, fuck you, we're gonna make mistakes. Live with it. Deal with it. Very ballsy of the writing team. Yeah, that's the worst character assassination. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, much like in real life, a lot of lessons aren't gonna stick on the first go. Like, I definitely have learned some things that I've definitely forgotten over time, and I'm gonna need to learn again. But, you know, when it comes to a cartoon, when it feels like a piece of media that you are enjoying, it gets really old. It gets very repetitive. That's actually why, looking back, there are... I really hate to say this, and I'm probably going to get murdered for saying it. But a lot of times when I look back on MLP, Pinky's kind of the worst, isn't she? I'm sorry! I'm sorry for saying it, but someone had to. She can be so fucking annoying sometimes, and not even in the fun way. Like, when we all watched it, it was so funny and so fun, but looking back on it, especially on episodes like the introduction to Cranky Doodle, she's so bad. She's worse sometimes. And that's where character assassination comes in, because, like, she learns not to be annoying, and then suddenly, like, a season or two later, she's scaring the shit out of Fluttershy about shit like that. Dog shirt, actually. I've tripped and fallen into My Little Pony chat, Lamau. Welcome to the show. We talk about all kinds of weird... We talk about all kinds of random stuff. My apologies if it's not your thing. I will... I'll refrain from overloading you with pony shit. We welcome people of all strides in here. Let's see here. I think I'm on that, so... There we go. Anywho, welcome to the channel, Dogshirt Actual. I see that's your first time, chat. Oh, your avatar is a pony, so it's not as if I was shocked, Lamau. Mostly here to check out this game, though. Oh, well, welcome to the show. This here is Derail Valley. It is a train simulator, focused a lot more on fun than the simulation of realistic train stuff. Although I will say they are built. This game is technically still in early access, though you can purchase it for $29.99 thanks to the Steam Fest sale going on over at, well, Steam. And they are adding new stuff into the system that will make train driving all the more fun and immersive. We actually went over that at the top of the show. They are on build 100 of this game. So that's fun. Also, don't mind me if I'm going slow on this run. I mean, this isn't really that big of a train, and... Thank you, I think. I think that was for the fact that they're on build 100, more than anything. Let's see. Oh, dang it, I forgot to do that. For build 100. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, they're going to be adding new stuff. There's going to be a North America DLC. Hell, they're going to be adding a crane to this game that you can bring and re-rail trains that you fucked up. Like I might. Okay. Right. yeah, dog shirt. I do recommend. I do fully recommend this game. It's a nice, fun, relaxing little train simulator. Though you have to be careful because you will actually crash these trains, as I have demonstrated time and time and time again. That said, once you get a handle on all the train controls, it's fun. We need plushies of Trade Tatoes. I know. One day we'll eventually get it. But I have to remember to split the proceeds with Zai, the person who designed this character. Hell, he made this PNG tuber for me, so I have to split the profits with Fluffy Zai. That's not me bemoaning that. That's me just verbally giving credit where credit is due, because we need more of that. I don't even know who would make it, or who I would... I don't know how to market that stuff. I don't know how to go out there and say, hey, plushie maker, make this potato pony. Please? Pretty please? Yeah, his work is always wonderful. Yeah. Fluffy Side does a lot of good work. Anyone who's interested in their art and possibly commissioning them in the future should go check out their Blue Sky, which I have on the bottom of my streams every single session. Make shit, maybe? Maybe. I would just need to figure out how to go through the process of doing that. That'd be scary, though. That'd be very scary. One day we will have merch. One day. And maybe I will be the one to draw it. Who knows? I would like to draw stuff. Why are we still... I feel like we are not slowing down. I feel like this could be very bad. Alright, good. That was a fluke. I was afraid for a minute that, for some reason, the throttle was just stuck. I think we were just going down a hill. One day, I want to draw stuff. I want to draw stuff on stream. But one, I'm scared to show I'm scared to show how the sausage is made, because I've never actually shown how I draw stuff, because I do draw, but it's not digital. I always draw physical stuff. I'm so inexperienced with digital stuff. But who knows, maybe one day that'll change. One day I want to do it. And maybe one day I'll draw stuff that I'll put on t-shirts and mugs and shit. I just gotta know if there's a market for that. If people would actually be interested in seeing my dumb mug plastered on a thing. You know what? That'll probably be one of my first things I make, a dumb mug. Where I just have my dumb face on a mug. But yeah, and you're holding a mug that also has my dumb mug on it. I would love to do art streams too, but I'm slow at drawing. Such a shame, because I would love to draw stuff, and there's one thing I really want to draw that I want to keep a secret, because I plan to show it here. Like, I have an idea for a thing to just add more to my stream. But we'll have to wait and see on that infinite recursion bug. Doing well so far. Granted, this is the first training, and it's not really dangerous. I think you do great for art streaming. Love the stuff you post up on Zai server. Yeah. I need to get back to drawing some of that stuff, but my brain has been like, nah. My brain has been like, nah, watch YouTube for 10 hours. One day I'll get back to it. I do bring a little sketchbook with me to work, so that I can hopefully draw a little something. Which has worked more or less well. And I know I shouldn't worry about this, but I am a little worried of the inevitable, "You suck, dickhead," in the chat. Which, you know, again, I shouldn't worry about because that's just some guy. And I've had plenty more guys tell me that my art doesn't suck. And they've even gone above and beyond to give me, like, actual criticism to improve my art. So I shouldn't worry about the guy that's just there being like, "Boo!" But, you know, there's always that little bit of me. There's that self-conscious part of me. Also, I believe that was a wheel slip alarm. Because of the rain. Scared the shit out of me, though. I would also like to find a way to show off Warhammer painting. Because yes, I also do that. I recently painted Bjorn the Fell-Handed, for those who know what that is. And honestly, despite some of the difficulties, I think that came out pretty well. I also find it quite funny that my two favorite factions are one that focuses on fire and the other focuses on ice. Insert your Game of Thrones joke. Yeah, that would make a cool stream too. It did look awesome. Thank you. I would like to paint stuff. I'd like to paint that new orc model that came out, fucking Nazdrag or whatever the fuck he's called. Dude, you give me orc stuff in Warhammer, I'm a happy guy. I love orky shit. Orky shit's so good. Because you have your cookie cutter space marines doing space marine stuff, and then you just have orcs stapling stuff together and doing goofy shit. Like, my favorite orc model I've ever painted has been Gezgul Magyuruk Thrug. Love that fucker. Love that fucker so much, and I love that I have a model of him that I painted. I feel like I painted him quite well. Could he be improved? Maybe. But I like what I've done with him. Oh, sorry. Being said, now that I have Bjorn, I would like to get more Space Marines so that I can paint more Space Wolves. More Space Wolves would be cool, especially with some of the tricks I learned. I can paint snow now. Which is fun. Let's see. We're about to hit our final destination for this journey. Huh? Okay, never mind. We haven't hit our final destination for this journey. We still need to go up. Sorry, I got myself confused. We just need to blast through here. Ah! Why the fuck are the points switched that way? Gonna need to hop off soon. Take care and have a good rest of your Sunday. You too, Rusty. Yeah. Why the fuck are the points still set that way? There. Now let's fix this situation. No, QD, not yet. That was me paying a fee. We're not there yet. We're not there yet, and I accidentally bumped into all this because the points were set the wrong way. I'm just wondering why the points were set that way. I didn't come through there. This looks proper complicated? No. It's not really complicated once you get a handle on things. This is purely me. Like, I make things a lot more difficult than they're meant to be, in all honesty. I tend to forget things. Like, evidently, I must have come through here before and forgot to set the points to the right way. Unless this is the game just actively fucking with me. Did I not? You see what I mean? That was purely me. That was purely my fault. Let's see, what point am I meant to switch then? There you are, you little bastard. There we go. You just gotta remember things, honestly. There we go. Alright, now we're on our way. And hopefully we'll actually be on our way to the right goddamn place. See, the reason why I thought we were going here was because I thought I remembered the wrong job, because I saw a job earlier that was sawmill. I obviously fucked that up and took the job for machine factory, which thankfully is just north of where we are now. So we made a mistake, but we can recover. But yes, there are fees in this game that you have to pay, because, you know, if you cause accidents and you you don't save scum like I do. You have to pay fees for damages and all kinds of shit. There are also 25 licenses, probably soon to be more in the near future, that you have to purchase using the money that you acquire from these jobs. And those licenses can get expensive because they come in tiers, at least for specific jobs. So you have to get licenses for trains and being a train driver, and for specific types of jobs like handling hazmat and military equipment, all that stuff. But it does make for a nice incentive gameplay loop, I feel. And hey, if you do a good enough job, you get more money than what is promised on the order form. Like if I do a good enough job here, I could probably get, I'm guessing, 20,000 instead of the 16,000 that were promised here. So you just need to be mindful and remember shit. Let's see. I'll have to do a few more jobs in order to afford the paint that I wanted to get. Because yes, you can find old trains, rescue them, repair them, and repaint them. Sadly, the paint palettes are a little bit limited, but they do look nice regardless. Like, sadly, you cannot paint any of these. You can't paint any of these engines purple. That would be nice to have more options, but whatever. It's pretty to look at? Yes, agreed. It is very pretty to look at. This game does look so nice. And you'll be happy to know that there are more additions coming to the environment. Like, they're going to be changing up some of the graphics in their new build, and they're going to be adding wildlife and cars and people. So we have that to look forward to. Because admittedly, as pretty as this world is right now, it's a tad bit empty. So it's going to be nice to see things added to flesh out the world, as it were. I do suspect train life is a bit empty, just you and the tracks. Yeah. That reminds me, I still need to figure out how to do multiplayer with Faramix, who's probably going to come into the chat later and remind me about that. Because I think multiplayer is an option in the base game, although I could be wrong on that. But Faramix and I have been wanting to do a multiplayer thing for the longest time. One day we'll figure that out. That'll be a lovely stream, I feel, if not chaotic. I think I read that as MP. Not sure how it works with a train sim, though. I'm trying to decide whether to buy it or not. I would recommend it. I would definitely recommend to buy it. Regardless of multiplayer existing or not. As a train sim, I feel like this is probably the most cozy and comfortable. Like, I've not played a lot of train sims, but a lot of train sims I've looked at feel complicated. Like, very overbearing in giving the experience. I like Railroader. I need to take a look at that then. Which one is Railroader? I would like to know more about that. Oh, I need to remember to put that switch device in here. Nope. the risk of derailing, I will look it up. It's a steam train one, not a hardcore train sim, but enjoyable. I have seen this before. I don't know why, but in the past I looked upon this and went, yeah. But now that I look at it, overwhelmingly positive reviews, and recent reviews are very positive. Early access game, 25% off with the Steam sale. So it's $22.49, not bad. You know what? I might actually poke at this. As long as it's... Okay. This'll make or break my decision on this. How easy is it to fuck up with getting the steam train going? Because admittedly on this game, which does have steam trains, I have fucked up before. Even when I believe I have followed every step possible, I have fucked up and made it impossible for the train to move. Like, is the game forgiving, is what I'm asking, honestly. It's pretty straightforward. The worst mistake I did was leave my train in reverse when I got out and watched it roll away and had no ability to recover / catch it. But yeah, control-wise, it's not a hardcore sim. Well, I fucked up. That was purely because I was not paying attention. You know, I might poke at that. Oops. Can't always refund it if you don't like the first hour. Very true. The first 2 hours, mind you. I was giving you a buffer. Fair enough. Where is the switch control? Oh, there it is. I'm right next to it. A little further back. Because otherwise I will fuck up and we will multi-track drift. Which is a legitimate thing that you can't do on accident. It seems annoying that you have to get out and manually change the switches. Yeah, that's true, but that's why we have a different thing that we can do. Yeah, you can go out here and do this. But you can instead stay in the cabin, press Alt to have your cursor visible, and you can hover it over the switch so that you can just click it while you're in the train. And there is a gadget that you can acquire. There is a gadget that you can acquire and actually hotwire into your train that will tell you, hey, we're coming up on a switch, do you want to go left or right? And depending on your settings, you can have plenty of time to change the switch through that device. You don't even need to worry about it. All you need to do is look at your map and figure out where you're going. I have that gadget in a few of my other diesel locomotives, so yeah. So there are ways to bypass some annoyances. You just have to be in this game for the long haul, and I am in this game for the long haul. This game is so much fun, despite how many times I have fucked up. So yeah, it feels like the game designers really thought of everything when they made this game. I just can't decide if it's worth $41. Lol. That is fair. To be fair, the game is on sale now for $29.99 USD. I don't know if you're in the US, so I don't know if 41 is the sale price. But hey, in the end, damn it, cutie. Shit. You threw up my rhythm so fucking bad. AUD. Sorry, I misread that. AUD. Nice to see another Australian in the chat, by the way. Okay, okay. 41 AUD. I can see why that's why that would make you hesitant. But again, if you can afford it, I would recommend it. In the end, that's your decision. I can't hold you at gunpoint in Minecraft and make you purchase a game that you're not quite sure about. No, right. Still worse. Oh, you threw off my groove. I'm sorry, but you threw off the Emperor's groove. Sorry. Alright. Back on track. No pun intended. Damn it, that fucking jump scare overloaded my brain so bad. Like, I saw the switch and I was like, no! Bloody short-circuited my brain with that jump scare. Yeah, no, like I was saying, if you can afford it, I would recommend Derail Valley. It's a nice game. There's still being stuff put into it. So, yeah. At the very least... Well, no, I can't make that recommendation. I was going to recommend looking at their soundtrack, but I haven't heard their soundtrack, so... I'm gonna need to do that tonight. Actually, I wonder. Not a soundtrack guy, never understood the concept. That's fair. I just like to listen to music. I don't know why. I really like listening to ambiance and all that sort of stuff. Alright. Real check. Real quick. Check the speed. Speed stable, and we're on a straight set of tracks. I think we're good. I think I can browse blue sky. Famous last words. Speed. Speed's good. That's cool. The Adventures of Mark Twain have been restored, and it's on YouTube. Nice. Not gonna lie, that thunder nearly jump scared me there. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. I swear to God, QD, if you push that button again, I will find you. Should I go faster? Probably. Will I? Eh. Should I? Perhaps. Will I? No. Do I enjoy being difficult? Most definitely. Don't tempt me. Alright. Maybe I will go faster. Must go faster. Let's go faster. The T-Rex is behind us. Alrighty, it's just a straight shot to the machine factory now. Are my lights even on? There we go. Alrighty, we're at a good speed. We're going well. Just that we're sorry. Just a straight shot to the machine factory. After this job, I promise we'll do a job that's a little more spicy. So what's the objective here? Just transport from A to B? Yes, but there are added difficulties depending on which kind of cargo you're taking. Like, right now, this is a very basic job. These are 3 empty cars that carry, well, are meant to carry vehicles. But you can do jobs that are actually full of cargo, and you can accidentally derail or damage these cars. So that is an added factor. I've seen him get stuck going up a hill because the load was too heavy for the engine. Yes, that has happened. Hello, Stormspark. Stormspark me, Dogshirt Actual, a fellow Australian, apparently. That there is my lovely partner. Also my tormentor at times. What else was I about to say? Right. Like I said before, you can also be hauling military equipment and also hazmat equipment, like methane and gasoline and oil and nuclear shit. So yeah, you can be carrying that, and it can be dangerous for both you and the environment if you fuck up. But by the time you have the licenses to carry that shit, you should being the operative word, be able to handle it. You should have a firm head on your shoulders about what you're doing. B6S. Alright. Also, you can do this. B6S. Gasp. Tormentor? Yes, Tormentor. Did I fucking stutter, hun? Alright, B6S. B6S. So that's the C lot down there. I'm assuming this is the station. So where's the B lot? You never seen the mine? Shush. Alright, are the C and B lot next to each other? Yeah, they are. Okay. B6S, which is this one. And they've added a random flatbed to here. You know what that means. Microwave. And by microwave, I mean disintegrate, evaporate, obliterate. Anyway. That's another thing that you can do. You can get rid of shit. Although, when you're in more hardcore difficulties, I assume that you can't be as liberal with that gadget as I have been. I'm on a more cozy difficulty. I don't even know. Yeah, I can't get the data on that. Well, anyway. I'm on a more cozy setting that doesn't really mind when I pull that shit. But I'm sure if you picked a more hardcore difficulty, something that makes the game a little bit more realistic, I'm sure they will be like, no, you're gonna put that cargo where we tell you, and you're not gonna care that we put random shit there that you never wanted. You're gonna put your shit there, and you're gonna like it. Anyway, hun, how have you been? You been working hard? You've been taking breaks? Good, just doing game dailies before I get working. Alright. And my beloved loves her tablet games. I have teased her about it so much so that she hates it when I do it. Y'all act like I don't have breaks, but the breaks are the reason I end up rush working. Well, that's just poor time management on your part, then. I have a stupid expensive tablet and have yet to play anything on it apart from Divine Original Sin 2. ADHD. I mean, fair. Fair, honey. Okay. B6S. There we go. Handbrake on. Doing things out of sequence there, sorry. Okay. Just need to shut off the electrics. And the fuel cut off. There we go. Alrighty, bud. Back home you go. To the office. Which is... Here's the office. That's another thing. You can get lost in these places easy, but for one thing, you press F3 to fly over the place. if you have the ability, depending on your difficulty, because I assume that's how that works. And the way to find the station is to find that big green honkin' light. There we go. I have your shit. Money. Ooh, 24,000. Alright, cutie, now play the fanfare. There we go. Perfect. Whoa! $31,000 to deliver some scrap metal to the steel mill. Excellent. Where's SM? I swear that sounds like an OG Pokemon sound. Nah, it's Final Fantasy. SM. We need to deliver from MF to SM, which is... there. Right smack dab in the center. Not that long a trip. And for $31,000, not a bad haul. This is a job for Meredith. Alright, let's deliver scrap metal. B2O. Alright. So, B2O. Alright, I'm actually tempted. Should I do that big steam engine? Or Meredith? Ah, fuck it. Fuck it, you know what? I had a good run the last time. How much do you hate yourself? Debatable. Depends on the kind of day I'm having, I guess. There we go. Automatically coupled up. Alright, everybody. You're about to see some fucking shit. Alright. Alright. Good. 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 So. Alright. Cool. Okay. Oh. Right. First and foremost, I need me tools. Alright. There we go. There we are. Now this is where the complicated part comes in, Doctor, because with the diesels, you don't have a lot of shit to do, but with steam engines, you obviously need to do a little more. You have to add oil to these caps. Thought there was a third one, although that could just be... oh, there it is. I'll also need to come back here to work on the lubricator. Oof, pardon me. Oh. In fact, once I'm done with this oil, I have something to show you. Something that you can purchase in one of the shops of this town to actually make things easier on yourself. where's the lubricator? There it is. I wish that you didn't need to... Maybe if I can... Bollocks. I mean, I have a flashlight. I don't know why I'm making this difficult on myself, but... Bollocks. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be good. Right, now to show you the thing. Before I proceed any further. This is what a thing you can get. We have the steam engine startup checklist. Gonna need it. Yeah, you're gonna need this. You're gonna need a startup checklist, which you can actually purchase with the money that you acquire. So, first, yeah, great fucking timing, huh? We need to ensure nominal water level. Seems good. Might need more in the near future, but this is a shorter trip, so it shouldn't be that bad. Can't really tell if anything necessarily changed there. I just got a text. I might be interrupted in the near future, just to let you all know, but it will be quick. Okay. Start, fire, open blower valve. Right. Shovel. So yeah, I find it funny that you're like, I'm going to need a list, and then I'm just like, here. Again, I feel like the team that made this game really thought of everything. I feel like they understood that, you know, this is a complicated process and people are going to need help. So they made that list. Okay. Which one of these is a blower again? Blower is open. And before I forget, there are 2 switches that I need to open. There is this here dynamo. Oh, and there's another switch somewhere around here. Right here. Okay. Alright. What else we got? Open air compressor valve and dynamo valve. Already done. Open brake cutout valve and apply independent brake. So... applying independent brake. Now, which one of these is the train brake cutout valve? Train brake cutout valve. I don't remember that. Oh, right. This. Duh. Jesus, trademark. You need to remember this shit. Fill the oil cups and prime the automatic lubricator. Done. When boiler is around 12 bar, close blower valve, release hand brakes, and open cylinder cocks. The engine is now good to go. Okay, 12 bar. 12 bar. We're good. Okay, close blower valve. Blower valve is off. Release hand brake. Opening cylinder cock. Okay. So now... I'm going to apply... we are now going to go backwards. Alright. At least we have motion, but we need to actually pay attention. Okay. Gently now. Oh, okay. So close. We at least have this. Oh, okay. Alright. No, we need to go backwards. Why are you going forwards? Oh, we snapped a fucking thing off. Alright. We do have airflow going. Cat has been walked. He came back in himself, now wants back out. Yeah, that's a cat. Cats will do that. Okay. Handbrakes are off. Okay. I'm gonna put that here. Okay. Showtime. This is the part of the show where I lock the fuck in. Onwards, my friend. Let's prove that last time wasn't a fluke. We'll essentially be going straight up until the first big switch up ahead. Oh. Oh, something's gone wrong. Let's prove last time wasn't a fluke, he said. And then all of a sudden the train died. Oh boy. Maybe I put too much thought into it. We have a lot of downhill speed. We just need to be careful with it. Love the reflections. Yeah. I should probably slow down a bit. See where the switch is. There we are. That is indeed where we want to go. I believe that interruption is about to come in. Give me a second. There we go. Sorry. I had a food delivery. Alright, where are we? I think we can afford to stop for a little bit and figure out what's going on. Now, hopefully, stopping will allow us to build pressure again. Thought I heard something. Let's see. The temperature is rising, so why don't we have any pressure? Oh, we needed water. That would explain it. Water would be helpful, wouldn't it? Okay, now we're good. That should be enough. Just until we're all good. And the pressure's back down. What's happening? I gave you what you wanted. Also, I'm sorry. I saw something flash across the screen for a minute. Did someone do something? Because I don't think it was a soundboard. Must have been me seeing things there. That should do it. That's the sander. We might be stopping again. Because we need to build up pressure once again. There it is. Yep, pressure went all the way the fuck back up. There we go. Now, come on, my darling. Let's show the world what you're made of. Designing a Casio in my head, and high school math has actually come into play. Pythagorean theorem and trigonometry. We do not mention math in this house. Oh, the caddy. need to go right. This is a lovely view, though. Just took a screenshot. Alright, good. We're going the right way. And we are going at the right speed. But I'm trying to work out the angle and pitch for the roof of the sheet. Pieces to build it. The pressure's still good. Forward throttle. You can do it. Oh. Oh, that echo, right? My apologies. It's melatonin time. Is there a drink that doesn't have caffeine in it so that I may drink of it? Does this have caffeine? This does not appear to have caffeine. Good. Ugh. Crackin'. It is time to try Culture Pop Soda. This is an orange, mango, and lime probiotic soda. It is apparently good for your gut. Ugh. Does not smell good, I'll tell you that. Huh. You know, that shouldn't work, and yet it does. I'm not going to say it's the most amazing soda, but I would say this is decent. Okay. Back to it. Oh. Pressure's good. Pressure's good. Speed is climbing. Where are we on the map? We're about to pass through Forest Central. Ah, pressure's dropping again. There we go. I don't know why the pressure is dropping every so often, but... I can at least bring it back up. Close blower valve, raise hand brake, open cylinder cups. And the pressure's gone again. Alright. Okay, so it is a case of water. I'm just burning through water right quick, I guess. Alright, come on. We'll give you a steady stream of water, but you need to keep going. We're literally halfway there, mate. You can make it. Go. What? Already? I've barely done anything. All right. And again, it flies back up. Is there a leak? There shouldn't be. I don't know if leaks are a thing. Shouldn't be. Well, you know what? I'm going to give this thing a minute, and we're going to see if we can keep this thing up and running. Because clearly not the fire that needs tending to. It's the water. Alright. Give it a good shot. Come on, lad. We need to go left for the next set of points. Not these points, obviously. Excellent. It could be the throttle. Maybe I opened the throttle too much and too much air leaks out. That would make sense. Whoa, we might be going too fast now. Whew. That was close. I have flown off of that curve before. Okay, we're in the home stretch. Oh, did you want me to crash again, Mr. Hazen? We're clear to go faster. Maybe. There we go. This is the shit I wanted. Although we might be a little bit of a runaway. Okay, I think we're good. We need to make sure that we're going left. Right? Left. Left is where we need to go. Pressure's good. Boiler's not looking too great. Oh, that wasn't the boiler. That's just the chest. Alright. Never mind. We're good. Okay. So the train can build up steam while we organize this. B20... No, B20 is where we picked it up from. B3I is where we need to go. BAS... B3I. And it's clear. Perfect. Perfection. Alright. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright, good. Alright. Pressure's good. That's the wrong way, Captain. We're going this way. Full steam ahead. With each puff, the fucking pressure's dropping. Come on. I don't think we gotta worry about it. We can get this job done purely through momentum now. Fucking QD's just taking that joke and sprinting with it. Okay, let's check. All good. Okay. But first. And brake. Well, it took a little bit of struggling, but we got there in the end. I don't know why I ran so perfectly with it the first time then. I have no idea what happened. Jump the coal! Oh, we don't have any coal left. That's probably why I lost all that pressure. Well, let's turn off the dynamo then. And turn this off. Okay. You had a good run. We still have some kinks to work out, but you did splendidly. Let's get you home. There we go. And put all this back in me toolbox. Also, I need to remember where I put my boombox, especially if I'm going to be doing one more job. Because, yes, we have enough time to do one more job tonight. Where's the office? There it is. Let's get $31,000. Maybe. Hang on, I'll get the fucking money. Thank you. $41,000. 78,000. Let's see here. That should be more than enough. All right. Before we do one more job, we're going to go back to City South, and I'm going to show you one of the other features if you're still here. Dog shirt. For one thing, we have fast travel. Huh. Huh. Evidently, I can fast travel to, if not just this caboose, then to one of my trains. Nice. I was supposed to. Sorry, wrong thing. I have to go to Machine Factory first. Because I need to gather supplies. That reminds me, I need to check the color schemes. Excuse me a minute, I'm going to go through the livery catalog. We got the DH4. By default, the DH4 is painted red. But then we have the blue. Ooh. I don't know what works better, honestly. The blue. The red's a little bland because it's just solid red. Right. To the shop. There it is. I didn't think that was going to work, but here we are. All right. Sand and demonstrator paint is what we need. 2 cans of sand. There's that demonstrator paint. There it is. The grand total is 60,000. We can just about afford that. All right. Back to the shed. All right. We can indeed go into any... any... That was weird. We can indeed teleport into any train. Remind me to fill your tank with water later. Okay. Why is your light still on? Huh. There. Right, are you still connected? You are indeed. Alright, Holland Herman. There you go. Much better. Now then, let's paint this guy up. Let's just throw sand at it. No. There we go. Sand removed. Now we go in here. And we do the same. And since we're here, kids, don't try this at home. Always be sure to wear a mask while spraying paint. Oh. Yeah. Anyway. There we go. Ah, the last of the rescue trains. Doesn't she look glorious? Ah! There's a hole there. Okay, you know what? Alright. I'm going to attempt to drive this train and put it in its proper shed. Huh. The handbrake hadn't been on. I guess that makes sense. Okay. How do I do this? Well, that's not necessary. Cab heater. Alright, brakes are fully off. Lights. Fuel cut off. Starter. Well, first I need to find the electrics. Bell. Speedometer. Ah! Breaker. Perfect. Starter. Well, first. Cool. Full throttle reverse. No, we can't go in reverse. There's literally nowhere left to go. Alright, starter. That's quitter talk. Brake cutoff is off. That is our throttle, dynamic brake, horn. Whew, that's one hell of a horn. Okay. Reverser. And go. Oh, brakes are on. Okay, noted. Whoa! Perfect. Alright, let's slot this thing in. Ugh. I got bored. There. Okay. Now, QD. We go full throttle reverse. No. Not gonna fucking do that. Couldn't have done it either way because I left the brake on. That was actually very smart of me to do. And we're good. Which one's the fuel? Sorry, I'm just fucking around with it. Alrighty! That's the last of the rescue trains. Excellent! It'll make a fine addition, and we shall use it in, I think, our last job for the night. I want to experiment more than do anything crazy with our next job. So what do we got here? What can we do here in this side of the country? Ooh. A freight haul to City West. That's not that bad a job. You know what? I think we'll take this. We're going to deliver fish. C10. I think this will be the perfect job for our newest recruit. Just need to remember to reverse it first. Oh. Well, apparently I don't have a good throwing arm. Right. Later, bug. Okay. I was going to pick up that can, but I appear to have mislocated it. Of course you lost it. It must have despawned. Like, that's the only thing I can think. Oh, well. No worries. Okay. Same process as before, right? Breakers are on. Turn the cab light on. Now some dumb kid is going to cut themselves when they're sneaking onto the yard. Well, they shouldn't be sneaking onto the yard anyway, so that's the consequences of their actions. Children shouldn't learn of the consequences of their actions. It'll build character. That's an awful thing to say. I don't actually condone that shit. I do not. No, I also don't condone of them sneaking into train yards. That shit's dangerous. Alright. I think we're buffered up. Alright, first and foremost, we are going to reverse so that we can switch onto the proper tracks. Oh. I need to remember that in this train, this way, the brakes are on. That's probably why we buffered up so easily. Alright. Okay, game, you'll decide what the lights look like then. I'm sorry. Are those uncoupled? Why are there two separate jobs? What a wimpy sounding horn. Yeah, admittedly, it's not the best. Okay. Oi. It's not a crime if nobody in the game witnessed it. Heading to City West, and based on my earlier escapades through the sawmill, we should be able to just take the same route that we did before, and we should be fine. Nobody witnessed Jimmy Hoffa's murder. Doesn't make it any less of a crime. I said in the game, and I assume Jimmy Hoffa's a real person. So... I'm going to take a look at the food that was delivered to me. Oh. Cutie Hastings regained the stretch. Give me a minute. Whoops. Condiments and shit. Alright. We do not need to be going this fast. Oh. Oh. Thank you for the team. Tinker Tots. It is a burger. It was supposed to be a candied bacon burger, but I guess they didn't have the candied bacon. Which is a shame. They at the very least gave me bacon bits. I don't know if this will improve the burger, but it is an option nonetheless. Losing speed. I'm building my burger. Hang on. There's enough. Eh. Actually, it's pretty good. Apologies for food noises. I will scooch my microphone back. That is a pretty alright burger from insert restaurant name here. What? Oil temp. Shit. Alright, duly noted. Let's be careful about that. This might be a little bit of a heavy train for this train, but we should be okay. That's a shame. I didn't see that earlier. That logic was as wimpy as your throat. Well, there's a reason I am not known for my philosophical / logical debates. Let me tell you, the last time I was in a philosophical debate. I did not want to be alive at that point because I was in high school. Being in a philosophical debate with high school students is like monkeys screaming at each other, in all honesty. At least that was how I felt back in those days. I did not like high school. I doubt anybody liked high school. And if you say that you liked high school, you're a liar. You're a liar, or you're seeing a damn good therapist. Slightly sad that burger was not exactly what I ordered. They apparently had chipotle candied bacon, because I like me a little bit of spice. But I don't know. Excuse me. That's better. It's a heavy train, but I think... Excuse me. I think this engine can take it. I think it's safe to do another blue sky check. Because I'm addicted to social media. nothing new. Oh boy.
Fuck!
I think we're good. I think we're fine. We were being pushed a little bit by the fish, but we're good. I was not paying attention. I was wrapped up in something else. You were hoping to time that perfectly to a crash, weren't you? Let's see. To spice it up, I think we will take a right at the next set of points. Ooh. There we go. I do not like that horrible sound. I pair it with disaster. There we go. Now we can go a little faster. I ain't got any ketchup. You know what? I think the train's going slow enough. It should be fine. I'm gonna go get ketchup. No, if anything, it's slowing way the fuck down. Oh, the train's getting heavy for it. Come on, lad! Oh. Well, you know what this needs? Do it. All we gotta do is believe in ourselves, like every movie in our childhood ever said to us. If we believe, we can achieve. There we go. I think we're good now. Just had a bit of a hill to climb. Oh boy. Just gotta go up the line a little longer. Nice, we're running right next to a river. I think we might be going downhill. That could be bad. But we haven't broken the speed limit yet, so we should be fine. Why must there be so many hills in this valley? And why must I constantly nudge my mouse when I'm doing shit? Oh, now we've broken the speed limit. Now it's an issue. We're definitely going down a hill. Who dares ping me? Someone has pinged me on Discord. Oh, dear. Oh. Oh, no, it wasn't rusty. That's an old ping. Who dares ping me? Oh, it's stored. Huh. She is asking me a secret question. I shall answer it. Oh, shit. We are going the right way, but that is one hell of a turn. Honk. Alright. It's just a straight shot to City West. And then we will deliver the fish, and then I think we will end tonight's session. We've done pretty well tonight. In spite of some fumbling about. At least we never crashed. Knock on wood. C3I. Just need to figure out where the C yard is. Shit. I didn't think those points were set that way. At least it was a minor mistake. Take what I can get. Hey, that only means I've been improving. With less opportunities for you to do that. Though that reminds me, I should get that switch-changing gadget in here sometime soon. If I'm going to use this thing more often. There we go. Come on. C3I, that's where I need to go. Alright, so which of these yards is C3I? Bingo! Here's the freight yard. So... that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And this should be going straight on, so I think we're set. Let's go. Final leg of the journey, my friend. Good. Glad to know I didn't fuck that up somehow. I think we can coast for a little bit. Fucking hell. I knew it was coming. In the back of my head, I was like, Cutie's gonna do that as soon as we pull into the station, isn't they? We're gonna need to reverse a bit on that one. We kind of overshot that. One more to close the night off. Must you? I mean, I did it to myself the minute I bloody placed that sound alert in my system. But must you? I must. Alright. Okay. That should do it. Catch your fish. There. Let's send you home. Now if I'm... Ah, there it is. Let's see. This was a job that offered $27,000. And we get... $40,000. Nearly double. So that means we are $58,000. Nice. All right. I think we'll save. And now we will go hunt for someone on Twitch to raid, because that's always fun. Let's see who's available. Ah, that one's been online longer than I expected. Who is this? There's that person. There's that person. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna pop back over to this one. I was watching this person earlier today. I suppose it's good enough to round the day off by going to this person. There we go. All right, time for the obligatory end of game spiel. Thank you to everyone who's been in attendance during the stream and anyone who's going to watch afterwards. If you want to keep updated on what's going on, go to Blue Sky. If you want to watch the VODs, go to YouTube. If you want to watch the live streams while they're live, stay here on Twitch. All of it is under the name Trademark 56. Tomorrow is Madness Mondays. We will be continuing American McGee's Alice Madness Returns, though keep in mind that the week after next, my normal schedule resumes. So not next week, but the week after that will be the start of morning to mid-morning streams. So keep an eye out on that. I don't have a set time yet, but I will keep you all updated via Blue Sky. So once again, if you want to keep updated, follow me on Blue Sky over there. So, time to head on out. Once again, thank you to everyone who stopped on by, whether you were actively chatting or just lurking. I appreciate you nonetheless. Have a good evening.